everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Lygia here with your full moon reading in Leo for April 12th, 2025. And it is amazing, this energy that we've been having in Mercury in retrograde, plus we've got Venus in retrograde, but Venus is finishing its retrograde tomorrow, which is fantastic. So that's the 13th. So basically, and Mercury and Venus just finished April 7th. So basically, we are clear with that. However, there's still a little bit of this information and balancing act, I guess, that we have to do with our relationships. And that's going to be a very interesting one to see. So maybe over the last month, you might have actually found that you were seeing, maybe just strangely enough, seeing some people from your past, whether it was a love relationship, like a romantic relationship or any other relationships, maybe even seeing dynamic changes within your own relationships, like currently, or rectifying some that had been a little bit troublesome in the past. So in this last little month, it's been a very interesting time period. And with this full moon in Libra, we have the opportunity to balance and to bring in more harmony. So especially since looking at the two, both of the retrogrades of Mercury and Venus, Mercury is always that introspective time period, and Mercury is always going retrograde. We see that all the time. But Venus does not always do this, just because I think it's once every 18 years or so, or it could be 36. I can't remember now. But it does definitely have lesser retrogrades that we feel. And for the most part, this has been a pretty intense one. So from what I understand from the astrologers that are out there, that we definitely have kind of a revamp of our relationships. And from what I understand, we might be a different person at this point. We might have dealt with certain things or not dealt with certain things. And this is where it's during this time period where we get the opportunity to either do it, like to deal with our stuff, or pretty much have it dealt with for us by the universe, with us kicking and screaming. So that said, hopefully it's been a better time, and that you are going to be coming out of this with no problems, and that things are ironing out for you. So that said, let's look at what we have for the full moon. I've picked 3 cards. We have, once again, my card deck that's kind of starting things out, and it's the Take Back Your Power Oracle Guidance cards. Plus, we also have good old Moonology with Yasmin Boland. So I do have a card that's been pulled from that too. So let's go right into it. The very first card that we have is Wellness. So this is, think about this too, we're in Libra, and this is about balancing our wellness and taking care of ourselves. It's very important to do that too, and recognizing that maybe during this time as well, we've got this particular moon is a little bit of an angry moon, as Yasmin Boland puts it in her Moonology, or newest Moonology diary, that it is one of those times where you could be feeling the emotional upheaval, I suppose, of relationships that are currently happening, or that what you've gone through over Venus retrograde. And if that's the case, this is a time to actually really focus on your own wellness, to check out your own self-care. And I mean, self-care is one of the major things at this time too, just because we are going through so many changes. And as we go through these changes, we're accommodating it, we're processing it, all the changes, and all the integrating that energy that's coming into our cells. So we are going to feel it. We're going to feel the upgrades. However, I do feel that we're not going to be feeling it as much as would have been said probably about 5, 10, 15 years ago, where we get these uploads or downloads, I suppose, from the universe. And it was like, it would, make you feel woozy, and you'd be feeling like off, very, very off. My thought and what my guides are saying is that basically we are going to be integrating even that much better the changes that are coming in, just because we're so used to it, and our body is rising in its vibrational energy. And that said, that's what this is also letting us know too, recognizing that we are rising in our vibration. And as we are, then we are feeling a little better about certain things, or maybe some areas of ourselves are starting to actually heal and do a lot more healing. Maybe there is healing within you that you did not anticipate, and that the healing's coming from different like a different origin that you don't really know about, and that is basically from our rising consciousness. Also, there might be more discoveries for wellness that comes out. So medical type awareness. So more or less, right now we're seeing a rise in vibrational healing, in energetic healing, in laser healings, all sorts of things that represent what resonates with us, what vibrates at the more appropriate intensity that our bodies do. So as we rise in consciousness, think about it. If we rise in consciousness and rise in our energies within us, things that make us go, basically, we are starting to rise in that. So then it's quite possible that the things that we've used in the past to actually accommodate wellness into ourselves, like if you're sick and you're using certain medication or whatever, it might not resonate with you anymore. It might not work at all. And so there are more therapies that are coming out there that will resonate with your body and the wellness of your body much better than what was used in the past. So we're keeping that in mind. And wellness comes from within, and that we have that mindset as well. So keep that in mind, that your mind really does have a lot of clout when it comes to how well you are in actuality. And also the fact that we do have the access to wellness everywhere. There's some people that don't believe in, that our immune systems can do what they do. But they do. They've kept us well ever since, I don't know, time immortal. So just saying that it's something to be said, that our immune systems are amazing. They're magical, and they were created by the Creator. So it can be done, and things that resonate with us would be energetically aligned. So we're seeing that, and look at that alignment, Libra. Alignment. So, you can't make this up. This is about our alignment to who we are, the capabilities also of seeing how we can heal ourselves with the use of our minds, as well as the newest alignment type therapies that are coming out there too, energy wise. So keep this in mind. There's all sorts of things happening around that. So the next card that we have is self. So this is very much right in line with wellness, and knowing that each of us, and if you look at the picture, I want to show this to you. The picture has different snowflakes, and purposely done because every snowflake is unique. Every single snowflake is different. Now think about that. It's mind-blowing. I mean, the fact that every single snowflake that you see that's on the ground makes everything white. That's all it is. It's just one homogeneous type of color or lack of color. Is made up of unique things, unique pieces of water. Now, akin that to us. And if you think about it too, every snowflake being different, every one of us is different. Every single one of us is different. We might have people that look very similar to us, and they could be from the same mold, but they're still different. And when you put us in a pool, we may make up a sea of faces. We may make up what snow looks like. But snow at the same time is completely, and if you think about it, the same thing with water, it is homogeneous. There's this unified connectedness with it. So that is one of the reasons why this picture was actually chosen for self. Well, for the most part anyways, the process goes with that. Self is that part of us that we resonate, that is connected with the soul, that is connected with all that is. And the uniqueness of that allows us to accommodate what experiences we have. And that means we also have to take care of that self, right? And this is that particular time period. This whole year and year prior to 2024 was the same. We are really defining ourselves. We are becoming the authentic self, the self that is mostly aligned, if not becoming very much aligned with the higher self. And with that, that's that rise in consciousness that we're having right now. So the self is very important to, especially self-care, recognizing that you need to take care of that part of you that is still integrated, and that is integrated with everyone else in the world. So we're not different. Like, you know what, if you think about it, I'm going to ponder this a little bit. We are in different countries. A lot of us have different languages. We look different, but yet on the inside, we are aligned as soul groups. We are cut from the same cloth. And that makes us related. That makes us all brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, cousins, whatever you want to say. That makes us aligned with each other. And if we could just all believe that and all recognize our alignments with each other, then there wouldn't be a war. There wouldn't be anything. There would be peace. And that, I know it's a tall going, and that might be a rant that I can go into, but I fully believe that we are all one is something much more than what those words are in a sentence. We're so much more than we think we are. And because of that and the potential that we can become, the self itself can become, that is why it's being protected, locked in a little safe, and that we don't have access to it. It's been withheld from us. It's been hidden from us. And this is that time period. This is the rise in consciousness that allows us to recognize who we are. And every single day, we're going to know more and more about who we are. The authentic self. That is becoming the authentic self. And then speaking from the authentic self. Yeah, that's a lot, this rant. Anyway, so that said, that this full moon is very important as well. Like, it just seems like every single one of them is starting to become more and more revelatory, and brings this incredibleness to, like, just notches it up even that much more. So having said that, let's go to the last card in the Moonology deck, and that is luck is on your side, the new moon in Sagittarius. And just keep in mind too, no matter what the card says, whether it's a new moon, full moon, whatever the case is, it is just the energy that is for this time period. So luck is on our side. This means that things are going to be turning around. A new moon also means newness, and we are, regardless of the fact that we are living on this planet Earth, we have the help of the Creator. We have the help of other beings. We have the help of our loved ones that have crossed over, even though we can't see them. I mean, think about it too. Our eyes can only see in a very, very small amount of the color spectrum. So basically, and any vibratory spectrum, the energetic spectrum that we can see, is much smaller than what is actually out there. So having said that, this is a perfect card to actually say how it's going to be coming out of the Venus in retrograde period, recognizing that maybe we've had to go through forgiveness. Maybe we've had to let go of things. And that makes you a new person. That makes you, basically level up on who you are, which is great. I'm going to read this card actually for you, because I think it's going to give you a little bit more information that maybe I can't really do because I'm not an astrologer. But here we go. Whatever's coming your way looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. And that's, yeah, the retrogrades we've had could probably have done that. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks. But be careful you don't bet the farm on something here, as the wheel of fortune is still spinning. This card is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important or someone important. It can also signal that a trip away is coming up if that's something you're working to achieve. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of gift, even if that simply means widening your worldview. And that's kind of interesting too, because a lot of things are changing. We are going to have to accommodate some information that's probably, it's going to seem pretty incredulous, like that truths that are coming out, things that are being shown to us. Obviously we have to discern what's on the news. That's just the way it is. But there are going to be truths that are mixed in some of those lies. So watch for those. We're going to have to change our way of thinking, just because the truth is also going to be very shocking. I find that there are a lot of things that are hidden from us that we will need to kind of accommodate into our paradigm, the paradigm that we've been living for centuries. And this will be maybe shocking and surprising to us. So that said, tuning to the moon, count your blessings, literally count them down and write what you have, and then send out gratitude for it. It's saying to have a good time, basically laugh, try to be open-minded. It's a good time to actually start courses or studies or teaching, if that's in your cards as well. And definitely having gratitude. Sagittarius is fun. It's a sign of fun, travel, exploration, and the great cosmic quest. So that is also great cosmic quest. I think about this too, how the cosmos is coming more and more into the news, if you haven't noticed that, whether it's astronomical or astronomical and or communicative. So meaning our cosmic brothers and sisters that are out there, knowing that we are not alone and that we definitely will see that part, that happening, that communication happening in our lifetime. Just so you know. It's the sign of big ideas. Its energy is expansive, upbeat, lucky, and divine. The new moon in Sagittarius exudes all this, as does this card whenever you draw it. Nothing is set in stone with Sagittarius, and an optimistic energy could attract all manner of good things if you tap into the energy by expecting the best. That's a beautiful thing too. If you expect the best, that also will align with the rest of the cards. And having said that, let's look at the rest of the cards and just see how the story unfolds for this time period. We are into wellness. We have to really put our wellness first. At this point, we're maybe looking at the whole body wellness, so that physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual wellness that all coincides with each other, aligns with each other, so that we are one. We are a whole body and a whole being, shall we say, a whole sentient being, and more information is coming in because of that, or because of the changes in the energy as well. So that said, we have to take care of the self, which is the next card, and recognizing that is important to take into consideration, because if you are not taking care of yourself, you're no good to someone else. That is the major thing, and the saying that goes, that you will have to take care of yourself before you could actually, or I guess what it is putting your mask on first when you're in an airplane. So that's one thing to keep in mind, so that you can be you can give the full charge of your battery to the rest of the people that are around you, loved ones, and everything that you're going through. And then the last is a really lucky card to say that now we're looking into something new. We're recognizing that there's a good time coming, and that definitely, to me, that shows that people have done a lot of work on themselves, that we've gone through, some of us have actually gone through hell. Quite honestly, we've gone through challenges, we've gone through relationship challenges, which is very big, and that's what defines us. That's who we are. We are relationship beings. So if we've gone through a lot of changes with that, then yeah, it could take an emotional toll. So stay with yourself, celebrate yourself, recognize that you have actually gone through a lot of work and celebrate it. Take the time to have some fun, and don't have an excuse for it. Don't feel bad for having fun. This is a good time for that. We have recognized too that the globe, everything that's going on, all of the happenings in the news, it's just going to continue to do that, and it's going to ramp up. I can guarantee it's going to continue to ramp up. So that said, at least that is going to be a given. So go about your own business and do who you are. Do you. So that's what this moon is kind of saying, and it's also right in line too with the spring, and how for us the spring or the fall in the southern hemisphere, and how things are shifting with the transitions of the seasons, and how we are shifting with the transitions of the seasons. So I hope this helps. I hope this is a good full moon for you. And yeah, you know what? Like this video if you do, subscribe if you haven't, and give me a comment below if you're wanting to, and just say what you're feeling, how you've been feeling this last little while. What has Venus retrograde been for you? Has the relationships been different for you? Who do you think you are now? How do you feel now? So yeah, anyways, I hope this helps, and I really enjoy doing these for you. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.